Now we'll see how we can access individual elements of list. Now individual elements we can access by providing index value in square bracket like this here. Suppose this is your list. If you want to access single element of a list name square bracket, and here you have to provide index value. Indexing always starts from 0, so first element is at 0th index. So here we are providing 0 value, and this is the outcome of this printing. It prints first element of a list here, so we can access other elements like this one. Now see here, indexing and slicing, these operations are same like string, same like a string. So in case of indexing always starts from 0, in forward direction it goes like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now in case of Python, we are having option to provide negative index also. Last element is at index -1, and in backward direction it goes like -1, -2 likewise. We can access range of elements by using this slicing operator and providing starting value and ending value of range. Default starting value is always 0. Default ending value is always index of last element. Okay, so all these things are just like string. We'll just see it one by one in case of list. So this is my list containing 5 elements here. So individual elements we see, we can provide index value, we can access it like this one. Now indexing, we can provide minus value also because we are having negative index also. So -1 is this element. It will print 5. Like you can access elements by providing negative index value also. We can access range of elements by using this slicing operator colon. Now to the left of slicing operator there is a starting value, to the right of slicing operator there is a ending value. If we don't provide any value, it will start from 0 by default and it ends with last element by default. So it's printing full list right now. Okay, so suppose I want to start from 0 and we just want to go with 3 elements. So here I can say 3. Now this 3 is a index value, don't confuse. In fact, we'll do one thing. Just go with some different values so that we will not confuse with index value and this element value. So here we're having values like 10 to 50. Now when we say like this, it means our range is from 0 to 3. Since we are accessing elements starting from 0 up to 3. Now see, this 3 is not inclusive, that we have seen in case of string also. Means when you say 0 to 3, it is collection of 0, 1 and 2. So it will print 3 elements, that is first 3 elements 10, 20, 30. Okay, same way we can do like this also. Here now we are starting from 2 and going up to end. We are not providing ending value here. We are not providing ending value. So starting from 2 means it will start from here, and by default ending value is this one. If you want to access list by providing starting ending value, we can say like this. We are accessing list from 2, so it will start from here, and as we have said 4 is not inclusive, so it will only go with 30 and 40 here. So it prints 2 numbers here. Now while slicing also we can go with negative index value also. So here starting value we are keeping as it is, ending value we say -2. -2 means this element, it will start from here. It will start from here, starting value is 10 and it reaches up to -2 here. So it will print 10 to 40. Now as we have said, it's not 40 because it's not inclusive. Last element is not inclusive, it's up to, so it will go with 10, 20 and 30 here. Next see, here we are providing -4 as a starting index value and we are printing all the elements of list here. So -4 is just a thing but this element. List contains total 5 elements, so it's -1, -2, -3, -4 and -5 like so. Next, while providing range, we can use positive negative values. Means like suppose say if I want to access from these 2 elements, if you want to access 20, 30, so here we can say L. So index value of 20 is 1, so we can say 1. And regarding with 30, if you suppose count from this side, this is -1, this is -2. So here we will provide index value as a -2. So starting index value we provide in positive terms, ending index value we use negative index. Now you can see output is 20, 30. So 1 means it starts from here, -2 is this one, and once again I am repeating, ending index value is not inclusive one, it is up to that value, means like it will go up to 30 here. So these are the different ways to slice your collection and access range of elements. One last one that we mentioned in case of string also. You see, here we are saying 0, 4, so sorry, say 5. So somehow we are accessing whole list here. Now we can use one another parameter, that is the third parameter. So it will access only second element, means like 0, second and fourth. When you say 2 here as a third parameter, it accesses 0. See, this is a range, this is a collection 0 to 5. By providing this third parameter, we are suggesting that we only want to access second element of this list, I mean 0, second and fourth here. Okay, so this way we can provide this step value also to access respective elements of a list here. And if you remember, same all procedure, same all options we use with string also. So indexing and slicing of list and string remains in same idea. Next, now this is one important thing. This is one important difference regarding with string and list. See, this is a one operator, one keyword del we used in case of string also to delete a string. But in case of string, as string is a immutable one, you can only delete complete string. You can't delete some part of a string here. And as list is immutable, you can delete single element of a list, you can delete range of a list, or you can delete a complete list also. It's like here, see, first we'll print list, then we are deleting second element of list, then once again we are printing list here. So check. This is possible in case of list only because list is a mutable one. You can even delete range of list also like this. It will delete that range from your existing list. And you can even delete complete list also. Obviously it will produce error because list is deleted. So this is this. I'll just go back and show you a slide of strings also, so you will understand these differences. First of all, this is string slicing. We have seen all same options in case of list. Okay, positive index, negative index here. Then slicing by using this starting value, ending value. Here see, regarding with string, we said strings are immutable. If you try to change this string value, it will give you an error. You can delete complete string, you can't delete some part of a string here. Now come to list. This is indexing, slicing of a list, same like a string. But while you come to delete operation, you can delete complete list, you can delete single element, you can delete range of a list. That's possible because list is mutable option. Next, we'll check how we can iterate list. We can traverse list by using for loop. Just how we have seen in case of string also. Suppose this is our list and some 5 values over there. So we can traverse this list by using for loop like this one. So T is one single element of a list here, and this loop traverses through this list from starting value to ending value, and here we are printing it one by one. So for is a loop which in Python we mainly use to traverse a sequence like string, list, tuple, etc. Next, we'll create a multi-dimensional list. Multi-dimensional list you can imagine like a matrix in case of C++ that we are creating by using multi-dimensional arrays. So as we have said previously, a list can have another list as its member element. So here see, we are creating one list which contains 3 lists as a member. See, check here. L is a list which contains 3 lists as a member of this list. So it is just nothing but matrix of 3 by 3 size here, 3 rows, 3 columns. And you can access this list by providing index value. Now when you say L0, it will go for first row, or say first list, and it will print first list here. Same way we can go with next 2 lists like L1 and L2, so it will print 3 rows like this. And if you want to access individual element of inner list, then you can go with next index value with another square bracket. So when you say L01, it means it will go for the 0th list and first element, so it will print 2. So for nested list, or what we can call it as a multi-dimensional list. See why we are calling it as a multi-dimensional, because we are providing two index value. Multi-dimensional because we provide two index values, one index value for list and one index value for individual element of a list. We can carry out matrix operation by using this multi-dimensional list option also. But in case of Python, we are having very advanced modules which contains very easy functionality to manipulate matrices here. So obviously we're not going with this matrix operation using this multi-dimensional list, but this option is there to create a multi-dimensional list and to access individual elements by providing index values. Next we'll see how we can add elements to list. Now as we have said previously, list is a mutable object, so we can add element, we can remove element. Now append is a function by which we can add element to list here. So suppose this is your list A, which contains 4 elements. Now if you want to add another element, we can add like this, and you can print just like this. So it's printing like this, and now we are getting warning because we create list and immediately we are appending. So here we'll do one thing, we'll print it first and then we will add elements. The initial list is 1 to 4, then we append this element 15, then we are printing. You can append another list also here, means like nested list as we have seen previously. See, initial list contains 4 elements 1 to 4, then we append 50, and now we are appending another list here. So that list will be get printed over here. So append is a function by which we can append elements to existing list. Now after adding, we'll see how we can remove an element from a list. Now there is one function remove to remove elements from a list here. Now this remove function takes parameter which is element which we want to remove from a list here. So currently our list is like this: 1 to 5, 1 to 4, 50, 6, 7, 8. So here we can remove element. I will remove 50 first. So we are passing this value as a parameter to this function. And then once again print this list. So see, here 50 is available, and now here it is removed from this particular list here. You can remove it by using remove function. Now even you can remove this inner list also. So we'll pass this list as a parameter to this function. Once again print. So here you can check. First our list contains 1 to 4 element, then we added 50 by using append, then we add another list by using append, then we remove 50 by remove function, then we remove this new list by inner list by remove function, and then once again list contains 1 to 4 elements. Remove is a function by which we can remove one element from list. Now these are the two operators we have seen in case of string: concatenation and multiplication. These two operators even applicable to list also. So we can concatenate one list to another list by using concatenation operator, that is plus operator. So suppose this is my one list, this is my second list, then we can concatenate these two lists by saying a plus b, and we can create a third list. See, we can say like this: c is equal to a plus b. So c will contain all the elements of a list plus b list. So plus operator we can use for concatenation of all sequences like list, tuple or string also. Same way we can multiply list by one constant value like a into 3. So in that case this list will be get added 3 times to new list here, means a will be multiplied by 3. So a contains 1, 2, 3, 4. So it multiplied by 3 means it will multiply this list by 3 times. So new list C contains 3 copies of A. 3 copies of A. Same operation we have seen in string. So once again we can say this multiplication we can imply for all sequences like string, list or tuple also. Then we have seen this in operator, in and not in operator. membership operators. So here you can check one in C. So we can check whether one member exists in that collection, not C, it's A. So it will print true because one exists in A. You say 10, it will print false because 10 is not available in A. Now if I say not in, it will print true because 10 is not in A. So these two operators, membership operators, in, not in, we can use to check whether member exists in collection or not. Now next we'll go with some functions which we can use with list. Now first function, that is len function, which will give us count of elements in list. So when you say len A, it will print 4, which is the length of your list. That function we even used with string. So once again, len is a function which we can use with any sequence to find out length of respective collection.